I'm Denise O'Malley, and welcome to another episode of Confessions of a Reformed Health Insurance Agent. This is episode 6, and if you've been following the previous 5 episodes, you know that we've been talking a little bit about the history of health insurance, what it means to a practice to accept health insurance, and what it can do to your bottom line. Today, we're going to get into the confessions part. Actually, I'm going to share with you a story. When the Affordable Care Act was passed, almost a decade ago, the states had a decision to make. They could join the federal insurance exchange, or they can set up their own health insurance exchange. And that's what my state, Colorado, decided to do. They also sent out a call for people to serve on various committees to advise those who were forming the health insurance exchange. They had one for health insurance agents and brokers, and they had another one that was called the Health Plan Advisory Committee. And that's where the health insurance companies would sit and get input from consumers and medical professionals and others who had an interest in what the actual product would look like, what the health insurance product would look like. At the time, I worked for a group of eye doctors. I was a consultant to them. And they had a vision plan that I helped market and promote in the state. And they nominated me to serve on the Health Plan Advisory Committee to represent their interests to ensure that the Coloradans would have access to pediatric eye examinations conducted by an optometrist or an ophthalmologist, and not just in the pediatrician's office with the screening chart. This was a noble cause, and they asked me if I would please step up and serve on their behalf with the state. So my application was submitted, and I have to tell you, I was really surprised when it was accepted. I mean, I'm just a reformed health insurance agent. At the time, I was an active health insurance agent. I didn't know what input I could have or what value I could be to it. And so I met with the employees of the health insurance exchange that came later to be known as Connect for Health Colorado. And I asked, why did you accept my application? I mean, I'm surprised. And they said this to me: you are the only person in the state who is nominated to speak on behalf of any medical professional in the state. And we expect you to be a voice for every health insurance professional in our state. Wow. I have no medical background. I'm just there for the optometrist. Wow, what a daunting task. I started attending the meetings. There were a couple of other people there who were also not health insurance companies or dental insurance companies. One person was there to represent a special interest group for mental health. One person. One person was there, a retiree, to represent all consumers. Again, one person. And then there was me. I have to tell you, it was an interesting experience. And interesting is probably the key word there. I will also tell you that I would have rather had root canal surgery than attend the meetings. They were that bad. And I quickly realized that we didn't have a voice. It wasn't going to matter what we had to say. It really didn't matter what the consumers wanted, for the most part. It didn't matter what the healthcare professionals wanted, for the most part. It was what the health insurance companies wanted to offer and include in their plans. And it was there that I learned that every time you add a benefit to a health insurance plan, it increased the cost of the plan, which is one of the reasons why, as independent health and wellness professionals, you probably don't want what you do included in health insurance. It's just going to make the costs go up higher. But that's another subject for another episode. So I served on the committee, and I was successful. We were able to get pediatric eye examinations covered by an optometrist or an ophthalmologist. This was huge. Success all the way around. And we were able to get a lot of people united in coming together as the eye doctors. And they saw that I wasn't the enemy. Even though I represented doctors who owned a vision plan, I was their ally. And so there was great success. But I'm sharing this story with you for one reason. And that is how decisions are made and the input that is required. And I'm also sharing this story with you to tell you that you have incredible power. If you are an independent health insurance or health and wellness professional watching this, and I'm assuming you are, if you are an independent health and wellness professional of any modality, chiropractic, acupuncture, massage, health coaching, nutrition, whatever it is that you do, you have incredible power. And we're going to be talking about that on future episodes as to what you can do, as to how we can come together, because it's really important at this point in time. If you don't want things to be done to you, but you want to have a voice in how your world shapes up, we've got to speak up, and we all have to unite. And there are things being done that can help that. And I'm one of the ones doing something with my company, You Define Wellness. But this is the truth as I see it. And this is how things happen as I see it. And I hope you'll join me for future episodes where we can talk more about how insurance is sold and how there's so little education about what it is that's being done out there, and how it's a system that is just so broken. And while we can't fix that system, and that's not my intention is to bring us together and realize the collective voice that we have, that we can manifest change. So thank you for joining me for this episode. Again, I'm Denise O'Malley, and this is Confessions of a Reformed Health Insurance Agent.